What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Money's Funko Pops. I am, of course, Money, and today we are going to be finally opening up this Marvel Collector Core Infinity Saga box that has been sitting downstairs on my front stoop for probably 3 days now, I want to say. This box is fully Lysol'd, Clorox wiped down because I'm not playing any games with any of this stuff, so we let it sit on the front stoop for, I don't know, 3 days, 2 days probably before we brought it inside and opened it up because, like I said, I'm not playing any games, so it is impossible to avoid spoilers nowadays. One of my homies, Bori Pop Collector, somehow continues to avoid spoilers on these boxes every other month when they come out, so I don't know how he does it, but I definitely cannot avoid spoilers on it. So we're going to go ahead and get into this box. I'll show you guys. Here we have the Infinity Saga on each side of it. And then on the top, we have all the different icons for all the different Avengers. And then, of course, the Avengers logo right there as well. So pretty cool. Now, if you don't know what's in this box, this is probably the most vague out of all of the MCC boxes because for the most part, they all have themes tailored towards a movie or a comic series or something like that. Like, for example, the last one before this was Fantastic Four. Then the one before that was holiday themed. So you knew kind of what was going to happen. With this box, it's just literally anything from Iron Man all the way up to Avengers Endgame, or even Spider-Man Far From Home, I guess. So we don't know what is going to be in this box unless it was spoiled for you like it was for me. And I, of course, know everything that's in it. And I have a lot of opinions on what's in this box, but we'll get into that once we show everything off. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. We'll put him over to the side here, and then we'll get into it. So the first thing we have here is a pin. Of course, all the MCC boxes, for the most part, come with pins inside. This is a Captain Marvel pin with her short haircut from Avengers Endgame. And if I'm not mistaken, this pin actually glows in the dark, which is kind of cool. Now, I'm by no means a pin collector from these boxes, but I do collect Disney pins whenever I'm in Disney. So I guess, in a way, I kind of am a pin collector, but that's strictly just Disney stuff. So this pin's pretty cool. All right, so next up here we have a shirt. For those of you who have been following the channel for a long time, you know that I have a history of Amazon sending me the wrong sized shirts. For example, with my Fantastic Four box, they sent me an extra large when I have the small subscription box, and even here, this is still the wrong size. They sent me a medium, which is definitely better than a large, so this will definitely fit me, but honestly, I'm really not a fan of this shirt. This shirt is the Peter Tingle shirt from Spider-Man Far From Home. In the movie, of course, they kind of call Spider-Man's spider sense the Peter Tingle. Yeah, I don't know. I do appreciate the Spider-Man inclusion in the box, but in my opinion, this probably would have fit better in the Spider-Man Far From Home box that came out this past summer. So for me, shirt isn't really my favorite out of all of them, but I definitely can understand why people would like it, if that makes sense. And then, of course, before we get into the last things in here, we have this card that shows the next box will be Black Widow themed, which, now that Black Widow is delayed in theaters because of the coronavirus, does that mean that this MCC box, when it comes out, is it going to spoil things from the movie? Because if they put in a moment or a character who's, for example, not in the trailers and the movie gets delayed, is this next MCC box going to spoil what happens in the movie? Because that would be kind of funny, actually. And I lied, we have one more thing here. This is a Thor decal. I believe this decal also glows in the dark. I have a buddy who's super into Thor, so for the most part, when I don't want any of the Thor stuff in these boxes, I end up giving them to him. So Adam, this will be coming your way. Now, let's go ahead and get into probably the most controversial things that are in this box, and it's the pops themselves. So let's start with the one that I am most excited for, and that is the glow-in-the-dark Peter Quill Star-Lord with the Power Stone from the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, personally, I think that this is a great pop because it's nice to see Guardians of the Galaxy get some more representation, and even because this is from the first Guardians movie. Like, this is an old movie, and he's holding the Power Stone. This was such a powerful moment from that first movie, you know, right after the whole We Are Groot thing that made everybody cry when they saw it. So this is just such a nice moment, and the glow on it is supposed to be real nice. For the figure itself, I love the detail on the face. The little marks in it are indented, and you have a bit of dirt on his face too, which is sick. The Power Stone kind of looks like crystals rather than the Power Stone, which I guess that's hard to translate into a cheap figure, but it still looks pretty cool. The the purple smoke around him is cool, I guess. I personally think we could have done without that, or maybe had it been a little bit more transparent, but I can't complain because Guardians of the Galaxy are some of my favorite characters from the MCU, so I love this pop. I think it's great. I think that if there was going to be any Guardians of the Galaxy pop to be made from this first movie, this one makes the most amount of sense, so I'm real happy to see this be in production, but does it necessarily fit into the Infinity Saga box? That is the question. And then the last pop we have here is the jumping Black Panther from, of course, Black Panther. This is going to be hard to see in the box, guys, so I'll just show you a brief look, and then we'll go ahead and toss them on the plate so you guys can see it in all of its detail, because it definitely is a super detailed pop. Personally, for me, this is a cool figure, but it's a little underwhelming, and if I had to sum up this entire Infinity Saga box in one word, it would be underwhelming. Personally, for me, if you're looking at the Marvel Cinematic Universe starting in 2008, going all the way up until 2019 with Far From Home and Endgame, you know, those were some awesome movies. And you're looking at this saga of all of these different movies, and you look at some of these most iconic moments, like for example, on the plate behind me, I put Iron Man and Captain America fighting in Civil War. Iconic moment. Tony snapping with the stones. Again, another iconic moment. These are things that you think of when you think of the Infinity Saga. You don't think of Black Panther jumping as one of the most iconic moments of the Infinity Saga. You just don't. So while I can appreciate that both Peter Quill with the Power Stone and Black Panther jumping are two really nice looking figures, I just don't think that they belong in an Infinity Saga box. And when I saw that this was leaking with these two figures in it, I was like, what does this have to do with the Infinity Saga? Like, these are just two random molds, two random moments from these movies, and they put them in the Infinity Saga box because they took place, of course, during the Infinity Saga. Why wouldn't you do some sort of moment? Why wouldn't you do a movie moment from Endgame or from Infinity War? Maybe Thanos fighting Iron Man. Maybe Old Man Cap to symbolize his transition from the first Captain America movie all the way up through Endgame. Like, that would have been something collectors would need to have in their collection. But instead, we did yet another Black Panther variant, and granted, this thing does look cool. It's an awesome sculpt, a great mold, and it glows in the dark, but it doesn't belong in an Infinity Saga box, in my opinion. Like, this is not what I'm thinking of when I think of the Infinity Saga. And it's not even the pops. Like, I don't understand a lot of things that they put in here. Thor's hammer, this Peter Tingle shirt. Like, I just don't get why they put all these random things into this Infinity Saga box. And like, on one hand, I understand like these are all things that happened in the MCU. These are all things that took place during the span of all of these movies. But to me, this box kind of felt like they just took random things and they were like, shit, we need to put a box together for March. Let's just start picking random things and see what sticks. And this is what stuck. You have a Captain Marvel pin, a Thor's hammer decal, two underwhelming pops, in a shirt that personally I don't even think needed to be made. And I want to know what you guys think of this box. Am I the only person out there who has this kind of negative opinion about it? Make sure you drop a comment down below and let me know what you think of this box. And that is exactly the question of the day. Did you like this Infinity Saga box from the MCC this month, or did you think that it was disappointing just like me? Make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts and opinions on this box. Let's have a discussion about it. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I absolutely always appreciate your support, and I'll see you soon. What's up, guys? Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more content that I post here to the channel. Down below me, there are two different videos. You have my suggestion, which is the video that I suggest you watch, or you can click next video, which will take you to a video very similar to the one that you just watched. So thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you soon.